Jesus Christ, you people suck.
Wow.
Wolverine wanted to be just...
Back in the days when we played video games, it was hardcore for the nerdy and lazy. Now things have changed and all our video games are also for the casual and lady.
But that's okay, you know the score. We told you a million times before. Playing consoles, not just games, is in the past. And every week you listen to the best damn internet radio crew. It's the N4G podcast. It's the N4G podcast.
Alright, it's time. Another week of N4G Radio. This is episode 722, November 14th, 2022. And on the show this week, we got the Wombat,
Yep.
and we got Taruch.
What up, though?
What up? That's it. Everybody else is out of town because the motherfuckers like, I'm gonna go out of town this weekend. I want to be on the show.
Right.
They said
Right.
actually that they said it exactly that way too.
100%. You don't even know.
That's how I heard it. Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to talk about some video games. We're going to talk about a little bit of news because there ain't a whole lot of news going on. It's that time of year where instead of news, we just get games. I know it's crazy.
I mean, right? That's such a crazy thing. I mean, we're hearing all
Crazy
this
how that
Microsoft Activision stuff, and right, like you actually get a game? Goodness.
Nah,
Oh.
there's always Activision and Microsoft shit in the news, but, you know.
Of course. That's just how it goes now.
I think I'm just going to ignore it this week because it was just some dude on Twitter being like, I don't want Call of Duty off of my PlayStation.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
That's the way he said it too.
man. Yep.
Goddamn right you did. But anyway, let's talk about some video games. I'll kick it off with Taruch.
All right. Dang. Oh yeah, I think I had gone first before. Okay, so I played a bunch of stuff. But the first thing I want to talk about, because I played a friend of mine sent it to me on Steam. It's called Honey, I joined a cult, and it pretty much it's a lot like the Cult of the Lamb in the regards that you like set up a church. But the difference is, and I haven't actually played Cult of the Lamb, but from what I know of it, the difference is in this is like you totally are just like a shady guy, like, and you know it. Like you're like you create your character and they have different hats and outfits, and you create the name of the cult and you create the god that you serve. So I created the Brotherhood, and we serve Magneto. And I am, of course, Lord Magnus, and the head of this cult. And it's funny because, like, we all have to go to, like, I preach sermons to the people, and I'm, like, preaching the will of Magneto and stuff, like, in-game and everything, and it's really funny. But it's more, whereas Cult of the Lamb was, like, the roguelite, more action-oriented with combat and stuff, this is more like a strategy game. It's like you send out your followers on missions and stuff like that, and that's how they get money. They'll scale money from people, and you can build different facilities in there for, healing. I'm doing air quotes, you can't see me. But, healing, and then, like, meditation and different stuff. The stuff that you find and think about when you hear about cults and stuff. But it's pretty comical. It's only on PC. I don't know if it'll ever come to console, but it's pretty funny. I haven't got too far into it, but it did generate some laughs, which is nice. On the other front, I can't talk about that yet, but I have to finish up the review for something that comes out this week.
So mysterious.
Yeah, right. We'll talk about that.
I don't even remember what you're
next
talking
show.
about, so I'm like,
that's crazy. Well, yeah, we'll talk about. I'm very curious to see if this even makes a ripple when it releases. Like, I'm really curious because, man, we'll talk about it next week. But anyways,
could you at least put in chat what it is? Because it's driving me crazy that you're dancing around this and I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. I'm sure
that's
I
so
sent
funny.
it.
You can't.
Dude, I'm getting
That's so
old.
funny.
Oh,
I got
you can.
you. I got
yeah, okay. That thing.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, it's this week, and I know I think it's embargo. I'm pretty sure it is. So yeah.
Well, I mean, embargo. Like most of the time, it doesn't. I don't think that you can't say like I'm playing it, but you just can't say.
Oh, you just can't like talk about it. I
yeah,
gotcha.
embargoes are like, I can't tell you if it's good or if it sucks an ass or whatever. But
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then, so everybody, because it's Pentiment that I'm playing.
a fresh maker.
Yeah, right. But I'll talk about it, more next week. But I'm interested to see if it makes a ripple when it comes out, because I know that's like the only game Microsoft has coming out this year and like in the fall, and it's so wild because I'm playing. I'm like, man, I can't wait till next week. Anyways, let me move on. Sword and Fairy 7, because man, played some more of that. I need to get the review finished up for it. I keep saying, it's so funny because I keep saying I'm not gonna play no Death Stranding, and I end up always playing some Death Stranding. That game is so good, but so weird. I've reached the mountains, the snowy bits. I'm now headed towards the, I guess, extreme west coast to fix the chiral network or something out there, like in save Amelie, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, that's where you're headed. That's not where you'll land.
Kind of figured, because that just seems like that's the name of the game here. But it's still really good. It's still so like mysterious that I think that's why I keep coming back to it, because like I can't stop thinking about certain things. And I'm like, man, I want to know what's going on here. Like Hartman's whole deal. I mean, some of his stuff, like I got to know his backstory and stuff on his mission when I actually was talking to him. But the fact this dude literally just dies mid conversation, just hops back up in his padded room, like I don't know. The game is really good, and I could probably go on for a lot about it. But I have some theories and stuff. But I'm still going to play through, and I'm waiting to get a little bit further before I listen to the next episode of Drew's Phoenix Down, because I don't know how far.
From when we have
Go
to
ahead.
turn the Drew being like, fuck this game.
Yes, yeah, because that's great, because I listened to the first episode when I was playing it earlier this week, and he was all about it. And he was like he was like, man, this, I'm curious, like, you do this. There was some stuff where he was like iffy, but he had some theories about some stuff, and he was like, this is interesting, but something happened that changed my man's opinion, because now he like, man, whatever. Like, so I really am curious to see, get to the point, what it was that made him, kind of turn off by it.
Well, that's kind of Drew's MO, though, if you think about it. Like, he used to love Overwatch, and now anytime he mentions Overwatch, he just mentions it with such disdain.
Oh, dag. So he goes in optimistic, and then he gets in there, and he just kind of gets burnt out or something on it, I guess.
Yeah. But what's funny about Overwatch, though, is now he's playing it again, but yet all he does is complain about it.
I feel like that might just be kind of Overwatch, though. Like, you play it. It's like my wife in, what is it? Dead by Daylight. Like, she plays that game all the time, and all she does is complain about it. Man, the killer is cheating, and this look at this glitch. And I'm like, well, you should just stop playing it. Nah, I'm fine. Okay.
Nah,
All right.
I'm good. I'll keep playing. I did that yesterday. Like, I was playing, and I was like, fuck this game. Like, these people can't kill shit. Another round.
Right, next match. That's fine. Shrug it off. Whatever. That's funny. I did play some Overwatch too, because I played with you and Anthony.
I was the only sober
fun.
person playing.
You were the only sober person playing, but you know what? We did pretty well. I think. I'm pretty sure we won a couple. I know we won a couple.
We won a couple.
We were like half and half.
We won a couple. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we did pretty good. I mean, the one I know, I remember we did really good. Like, we had them pushed, like, we kept them contained. Like, we did really good. But Overwatch is still a good time. I am happy that I still don't see any of those paid skins. Like, I didn't see I don't know if that event's still going on, but I still haven't seen, like, the Junker Queen Halloween skin and stuff, and that kind of makes me happy that people didn't spend that money.
I saw
and hopefully
one Witch Kiriko in the last 2 weeks, and I haven't seen the new Hanzo skin at all. So
nice. Okay. Well, see, and you play it like all the time, so I mean, you're seeing way more people. So that's a good thing. So hopefully when season 2 drops next month, they have some sort of about face with the monetization of this. But what else did I play? Oh, I played some Days Gone on my PlayStation because I haven't finished that. And I don't know. I really like that game. I don't know why it gets so much hate. But I like it more than Last of Us. Like I didn't finish Last of Us because I couldn't get into it. Like it just really, I don't know, but I really like Days Gone.
It's fine. It just, boy, at one point you'll be like, "Isn't this game over?" And they'll be like, "Nah, you got another 50."
Oh, okay.
It just doesn't end. It just doesn't.
I
end.
gotcha. Okay. You know, though, I guess I could kind of see that because as I'm going through and like having all this different stuff, because I have a lot of like nests to go after. Like if you look at the map, there's a lot of different like missions and stuff, side missions and side stories that I can tackle. But that's crazy. The main narrative kind of drags like that, though. Huh. Okay. Well, I think I know I've played some more stuff, and I meant to like have a list, but as you can hear, I'm not feeling too well, so I know I've left some stuff out. But I'll move on to Ryan. That's pretty much all I got.
Well, it's time for the Ragnarok hour, right?
Won't spend that long talking about it.
No, I'm kidding. Talk about it all you want.
So I we'll save that for a minute. I also played, and I actually had played this last week and completely forgot to talk about it, but I played Call to the Lamb. And that game is really, really good.
Yeah.
I enjoy all the aspects of it. I enjoy the sort of cult management aspect of it. I enjoy the minute-to-minute roguelike gameplay. That game is really, really, it's funny. It's got a good art style to it. I enjoy that game a lot. So, and then yes, I did play God of War Ragnarok.
Boy.
And I'll tread lightly, but the game is awesome. It's basically exactly what I wanted it to be. So I'm about, I think, 6 hours in right now, and yeah, it's awesome. The character interplay between Kratos, Atreus, and Mimir still is awesome. There's some good side content in the first area that kind of gets into some backstory from Mimir as well, which is really cool. Gameplay's fun. We were talking before the show a little bit. I like the mechanic of being able to build up sort of frost on folks and then switch over to the blades and get extra damage or vice versa. Yeah, I'm really digging it so far. I don't want to talk too much about it. A, because I'm not that far in, and B, because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. And most of the stuff that I would have to talk about would be story stuff. So I'll hold off on that for now.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Without spoiling anything, how do you? Because you said you really like it. It's what you wanted. Anything negative about it? Like anything like you like? Man, I wish they kind of didn't do this much. Like, what do you got like that wise, or is everything just kind of like I love it? Like I appreciate all of it.
I haven't seen anything like that so far.
Okay,
not really. I mean, so far it's like I said, it's exactly what I expected it to be, which is a sequel to the last game. So
yeah, that's good.
I haven't seen anything like that so far, but I'm sure there'll be stuff, but nothing yet. I'm digging it so far.
Right on. I'm happy that everybody is happy with that game, even though I have my qualms that can be discussed as everybody finishes that game over the next few months. But
Yeah, and I've been looking at the kind of the discourse of it too, and it has been really positive, and not even because obviously you have the fanboys, right? It was going to be a 15 out of 10 no matter what. But some of that is dialed back, but there's a lot more people that actually, picking up is like, man, this game really, exceeded expectations and whatever. So that is really good. I mean, I'm going to play it. It's funny because I was hovering over the trigger like yesterday. I was on the PlayStation store. I'm like, man, I should buy it, but I'm gonna wait because I got other stuff that I want to get through and stuff that's about to come out before I can. And I already know what happened, so it's fine. I'm in for the experience at this point. So
No, I'm glad.
I'm
glad
sorry, I
that-
took over your thing, Ryan.
No,
No,
you're
you're good. I was basically done. So
Oh,
Son of a bitch. This is what happens when there's nobody on the show.
yeah, I haven't played anything else. So this has been, I'm on vacation this week, just Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But I've got a whole bunch of stuff to do around the house. So I unfortunately will likely not get as much chance to play as I would like. But what time I have had has been spent on God of War. So there's really not much else to talk about for me.
I gotta
oh, you know,
I gotta check my
Go
numbers
ahead.
for vacation time because like it's November, y'all. I gotta spend them.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
you gonna lose it?
my anniversary at work is on the 18th, so November 18th, and so I, like you, was in a position where I needed to spend some before I lost them. So
Yep, I'm like,
Yep.
they ain't gonna roll, and my company's changing to like no days next year. Like you just take vacation. So
yep,
I gotta spend them. My boss will get pissed if I don't spend them.
Oh. So
Go ahead,
you know,
go
I
ahead.
forgot. I did play Vampire Survivors.
I was gonna say I'll
Um,
spark up a conversation about Vampire Survivors. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not a game I should like.
it's good though, isn't it?
It's man, that garlic.
It's-
That garlic.
Oh my god, the garlic saves. And if you, I don't know, have you unlocked the old dude that's like he starts with the garlic? Like he doesn't even have
No.
a weapon. You literally just have garlic. So you have to spend the first bit like carefully navigating because he has lower health than his health is like 77, and like he only has to go. So you have to carefully kill everything with the garlic until you can get other weapons and stuff. But that game is a lot, and I like it. I think I like it more than Survivor IO, and I like Survivor IO a lot. I know Ryan is. I know. I still rock Survivor IO though. Like I still play it. Like I still like it.
Yep.
But I don't know. Something about the Vampire Survivors, just the NES Castlevania feel from it. Like I said in our little chat, like the only way it could be better for me is if it was like officially Castlevania stuff. So it was Belmonts and Alucard that you were controlling and the characters and stuff. But like, it's super fun and it's ridiculous how simplistic it is and how fun it is.
Dude, it's
I don't
just the
know.
move. You just move.
Same with Survivor IO. Yeah, you just move. That's it.
How
Like
how is the loop that good on a game you just move? Like how does that work?
right?
I've been asking that question for months playing Survivor IO, so I get it completely.
I don't know. This is something that if you showed me a screenshot, I'd have been like, I ain't fucking playing that. And they put it on Game Pass. I'm like, all right, I'll try it. And then, yeah, it's really good.
Now
I
look,
was the same way. I saw screenshots when everybody was hyping up when I guess it was in early access, and it was like, "Oh, this game is great," and it was topping Steam or Twitch charts, and I'm like, just from the pictures, I was like, I don't care. Like, I didn't read nothing. I was like, I don't know what that is. Like, I'm not the vampire. I'm good. And then Ryan offered up the crack that is Survivor IO, and I'm like, oh man, this is great. And then he played Vampire Survivors on PC and said, oh, it's like Survivor. And I'm like, oh well, shoot, let me check it out. And now I'm hooked. So this is how it goes. Ryan, I'm gonna have to unfriend you. You, man.
He hangs out behind the
I'm the pusher.
laundromat. Yeah, he hangs out behind
Yeah.
the laundromat to sell you, to give you the free taste.
Right.
right?
He's Jimmy in that episode of South Park with the freemium gaming. He's like, hey, you wanna have some fun? You wanna play this game?
Oh lordy, yeah, that's a crazy game. So we talked about God of War. We talked about Vampire Survivors. I am sad Anthony is not here because we could talk a lot more about Sonic Frontiers. But I can tell you about the hour and a half that I have played it. That game is weird. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. So it is. I don't like PR buzzwords and speak when people try to describe their games, but hearing the guy from Sonic Team call it an open zone game instead of an open world game makes a whole hell of a lot more sense than an open world game, because it is like a big area that you can go to, and there's like multiple areas, and each area has a set of Chaos Emeralds that you collect. Then you fight the big boss, and in the world there is stuff to collect, like rings and these little things called, I think they're called cocos or something like that. Um, and just so many other things you can collect. But then there's like these virtual worlds. They're literally called cyberspace. And these are the levels you go into that are like classic 3D Sonic levels. And the objectives in them are what keep you playing. So it's not just finish the level. It's always like finish the level and collect all the red coins and also do it in this amount of time. And also like there's 5 or 6 different things for each cyberspace level that you need to hit. And maxing these out will continue to unlock things in the open world. And it's so weird, like you like uncover the map by going to these different spots, and they're numbered, like literally numbered, like A1 and B2, and you do these little puzzles that are like super simple, but you do them, and then it'll unlock like grids on the map. It's not even like a section of the map, it's like square grids of the map. This game is so weird, man, but I can't help but keep playing it.
Huh.
Like it's just, and Sonic has like 1,000 moves. He's got like this repertoire of all of these moves that you can unlock. He's got a skill tree that you can spend skill points on and unlock new moves. So like he's got like a wall run, and like if you pull the left trigger, he shoots out like kick Hadoukens, and then he's got this paint power where you can hold down the Y button and run around enemies and paint a circle around them to do damage and to like break their defenses. And man, this game is crazy.
Sounds fun.
It's incredible.
You may have this in the news, but it just got a big price drop.
Really? I didn't
wow.
see that.
Really?
There's multiple places that have it for $39.99 today.
Jesus Christ. Ah, man. It's so
Wow.
it's so worth picking up, especially at $39.99.
I may have to. I may not start it yet, but since it's already on sale, shoot, because I was going to get it on sale because y'all were talking about it, you and Anthony in the chat, and I was like, man, that sounds fun.
Dude, it's really good. Like, obviously, there's going to be issues. Like, there are things that are kind of questionable, and I'm like, yeah, that could be better, this could be better, but I don't know, man. Everything about it is just, it's so interesting. Like, I can't help but love it. I'm still working my way through Bayonetta 3. That game is weird, and the only thing I continue to think, like, I'm playing through it, I'm like, yeah, it's Bayonetta, we're doing some cool moves, there's some cool things going on, but like, I just can't help but think every time I play the game, I'm like, man, I really wish this wasn't on the Switch. Like, is
it just the frame rate or whatever? Like, is it just...
It's the frame rate. It's the fact that the resolution is so low. Like, they dropped this thing. Like, I heard in handheld mode, I don't play in handheld mode. I heard in handheld mode it drops below 480p.
Oh my god.
And I'm just like, dude, 480p was possible on, like, the PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
Like, and you can see it
Nintendo
too.
needs to move on. Like,
Yeah,
it might
no
be
shit.
it might be time to move on to another system.
Well,
Lord.
I saw that for the first time their sales didn't increase, so maybe we'll get a new system at some point. I don't know, man. And Ryan, you sent this screenshot of these prices. What is that one at the end?
I have no
that's
idea.
in rupees? That's in rupees? Is what that is?
$570.79 for the Switch version of Sonic Frontiers?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's really special.
No.
There's a patch of blue fur on the cartridge. They put that on the
You remember the
strip.
controllers? The Sonic controllers for the
Yes,
Xbox?
the furry controllers.
The furry controllers? Could you imagine
Yeah.
getting all the Cheeto dust in those? Ugh.
That would be so... Oh, God, I couldn't imagine even playing anything with those. Like, ew. Like, bruh.
So it appears that, speaking of Sonic Frontiers, it appears that Walmart is where it is $39.99 on the PS5. And then there are several other places where it is that cheap on the PlayStation 4. It does not appear to be on sale on the Switch, which isn't really a shock because I feel like stuff is never on sale.
Which is crazy because that version is by far the worst version of that game.
Yeah.
Also worth noting, PS5 and Series X are the only two consoles that run at 60. Every other version of that game runs at 30.
I was just looking to see. Yeah,
Huh.
PS4 is definitely $39.99 at GameStop, but not the PS5.
GameStop.
So it appears maybe Walmart is the only one that has the PS5 version at $39.99. Who knows how long that will last?
I'm sure it'll pop back up again for $39.99 at some point.
Yep. And then it was at one point $39.99 on Amazon this morning, but that's already back up to $59.99. And same on the Switch.
Jesus, that
It
game's not
was
even a week old.
$39.99 at one point this morning and is back up now.
Game's not even a week old.
It happened because on PlayStation, the 4 and 5 both are $39.99 at GameStop,
Yeah,
but the
I wonder
Xbox and
if-
Switch are $59.
I wonder if there was some sort of weird pricing thing this morning because GameStop. So Wario64 also posted about it being $39.99 at GameStop for PS4, PS5, and Switch this morning with a link. But now when you go to that link, it's $59.99.
Oh yeah,
So I'm wondering
Oh
if-
wow!
See the,
Yeah,
I
so I
just went
wonder
to
if
GameStop.com and it's popped up for me at that price.
I wonder if it popped up at what, $39.99?
Yeah, only the
Oh,
PlayStation
okay.
4 and 5 version though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I don't know. It's weird.
Oh no, man, I can't. These price things are crazy. Like it's just, things just go up and down and all around. It's like if you're buying on day one, you dumb. Unless you really
Yeah,
want
I
to
I
get
mean,
that
at this
game.
point,
I think probably
that's
that's enough to know that even if they go back up to $59.99 today, that's enough to know that it's going to be on a big sale for Black Friday. So,
Oh, 100%.
oh for sure.
and
Yep, that's why I plan
I'm
to
willing
get
to
it.
bet Gotham Knights is going to be the same. So,
Oh, Gotham
Yep.
Knights will be 39 easy by Black Friday. Faux show. All
Yep.
right. The last thing I'm going to talk about, I've been dying to talk about for weeks. I've been playing the Atari 50 anniversary celebration. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the only 10 I've given this year, and it's the first 10 I've given since God of War 2018.
Wow, I don't think you've given a 10 this year, but wow, I didn't realize it'd been that long. But
I don't remember a
okay.
10 other than God of War. God of War 2018 was the last 10 I remember giving. I may have given another one, but I don't remember giving one. And this Atari collection is all worth every number on that 10 scale. This thing makes every other classic retro compilation just look stupid by comparison. There's just so much to it. It's built out like a giant timeline that you start at the very beginning, back when I think it was like 1976, somewhere around there, where like they were talking about Star Raiders in the arcade and how Nolan Bushnell, and his partner like looked at that and then spun it off and did Pong, and it goes through every console cycle. It goes through the Atari 2600 and how like the people left and like they started making games on their own and then got hired back by Activision to make games for the Atari, and like it goes all the way up through the Jaguar. And like there's videos which are hilarious to watch, like hearing them talking about people smoking weed in the office and building games and like stuff that just didn't work, and then like you can actually play the games. And what's cool about the games is they're all built on a timeline, so you can go in and you can play them, and they've got all the modern bells and whistles where you can save state and rewind, and like all the controls have been updated, so it feels really good to play. And then not only are these games in here, so the big thing in here is that they've done a Jaguar emulator. If you know anything about emulation, Jaguar emulators are terrible. Like, they don't work. And I think they have 6 or 7 games in this collection with a custom-built Jaguar emulator that is just perfect. Like, this thing, none of the issues, all of the games run flawlessly. There's also Lynx games in here, which is super cool. And there are 6 games that were built specifically for this collection. So the developers at Digital Eclipse actually built 6 brand new games based on old games. So like there's a new version of Haunted House, there's an updated version of Yar's Revenge, like, and they're modernized enough. Oh, go ahead.
When you say an updated version of Yar's Revenge, is it a new updated version of Yar's Revenge, or is it that? Remember they released a Yar's Revenge for like, what was that, PlayStation 2?
Yeah, no, it's not that. It's actually like a brand new game.
Gotcha.
And they built 6 of these. So they built like I don't remember all of them. Like Yar's Revenge is one, Haunted House is one. They actually finished Sword Quest. So if you know the story of Sword Quest, there were supposed to be 4 games. Like Water World, Air World, that kind of deal. And there was a contest that was attached to it, so if you finished the game, you won like a prize. And they never finished the last one, Air World. Well, these guys went back and actually finished Air World, so now you can play all 4 games, start to finish.
Wow.
There's just so much stuff in this collection, and like thumbing through like the timeline, you'll see everything from business cards to, do they have commercials from the era? So like these old 1970s fucking commercials for the Atari VCS and for the Atari 2600, and like they'll have full super high resolution scans of the advertisements as well as like design documents and just so much stuff in this collection.
That is impressive.
This thing is
Wow.
ridiculous, and it's such a good dopamine thing too, because like there are 5 timelines in the game that you can go through, and they all track your progress. Like, what have you looked at? What have you read? What have you watched? And every time you finish one, it like, you know, checks up a little more percentage and it makes a little sound. So like kind of like getting an achievement. So you keep kind of getting that loop. So I can't speak highly enough about it. If you have any reverence for Atari at all, this thing is more than worth the price of admission. It's an expensive collection. It's $40, but it's totally worth every penny of that $40. So
Yeah, it sounds super cool, super thorough too. Like that is a good collection. Unlike Mortal Kombat.
yeah.
30th.
The only thing that sucks about this is it kind of like raises the bar so high for future compilations, and it also makes you sad that one of these doesn't exist for like Midway and Sega and Konami and just all of those classic game companies. Like you wish, and it also hurts the Activision license isn't here, so we don't get stuff like Pitfall and, you know, all of the old Activision Atari games. We don't get any of those, which sucks, but, you know. Also no Ultra Vortec, which I know, you know, no Kasumi Ninja. Where's my crappy Jaguar fighting games? They do have Fight for Life on here, so that's something.
I played a fighting game on the Jaguar.
There were 3, if you can believe it.
Wow. Okay. I did not. All right.
Yeah. Only one of them is in this collection. It's Fight for Life, which is, I want to say, it's either Tekken or Virtua Fighter. One of the guys that worked on that game built Fight for Life. That doesn't make it good. It's not a good game, but yeah. And then the other 2 were Kasumi Ninja and Ultra Vortec. All 3 of them suck. There's no. It also sucks that like Doom and AVP are not in this collection, but again, licensing, I get it. But you do get you do get the blue lady, which if you get her to say the line, you get an achievement for it. Where like when you run into a wall and she goes, "Where did you learn to fly?" Like that, you get an achievement for that.
Nice. That sucks. Alien vs. Predator's not on there. That's like the only game I remember from Jaguar that was like good.
I mean, it's I mean, Tempest 2K is really good. Cybermorph is okay. There's a pinball game on here that's really good. Trevor McFur is okay. Like, there's some decent stuff on here. Atari Karts is fine. Most Jaguar games are not very good. AVP is not as good as you remember. I've actually played it recently.
Not for sure. Yeah, I played it recently too. It's not as good as you remember.
Not at all.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. You know what? I've kind of figured there's a couple of things that I've gone back to, and I was like, man, this isn't as good as Hulk Ultimate Destruction didn't disappoint though. They should remake that. That game is still a blast.
Oh, one last thing. If you remember the Jaguar controller, it had the keypad on it, the number pad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The right analog stick will allow you to bring up the keypad.
Oh, nice.
I thought that was pretty
Nice.
cool. Also, there's high resolution scans of all the keypads in the timeline. So if you want to see what they were, there's so much love and attention to detail in this thing. It's just amazing. All those
Yeah,
guys
I think
did a
they've
great
definitely
job.
raised the bar. Yeah, it's man.
Which is crazy because you realize this is the same developers that just pumped out that Ninja Turtles collection a couple months ago.
Right. Ah, and that's still good. I like that collection, but man.
Yeah, they kind of changed the game here, and it makes me excited for what they're going to do in the future that they can get their hands on. So, but no, that's it. I kind of got into a burnout this weekend. Like I was trying to play the indie games, and I just couldn't. Like I don't know, man. I got in a funk this weekend and just didn't feel like playing anything. So I mostly just played Overwatch a few matches, and then just kind of burnt out watching reruns of Beavis and Butthead on streaming.
Nice. It'd be
Yeah.
like that sometimes. I saw the not South Park, the Aqua Teen movie. It was really very funny. Oh my god.
I watched the trailer and I'm like, I need to own this, but $20 right now, like it'll get cheaper real quick. I'll wait.
It definitely will. I mean, it's one of the things that I'm sure will be on sale on Black Friday.
Oh
Or
hell,
whenever Microsoft does their holiday thing.
it'll probably pop up on HBO Max in the next few weeks too. So I might watch it there. It's kind
Actually,
of
I'm
like
surprised it didn't. Yeah.
like the new Mortal Kombat animated movie. I haven't bought either, because those always go to HBO Max after like a month. So I'll just watch it there.
I heard that was good.
Yeah, the first two were good, so I'm sure this one's good too. I'm getting frugal during this inflation. I'm like, normally I would just drop a 20 here and there, but now I'm like, nah, dog, I ain't spending no money right now.
I feel it. Well, that was like my last splurge thing because I had to do like real adult stuff. Like I said, we had to buy a stove. I had to buy a lawnmower. It's so messed up because the lawnmower came and I was like, all right, well, Saturday, y'all, I'm telling the kids we're going to have to get this lawn stuff together, had the stuff coming, and then it snows. And I'm like, I hate Ohio so much.
I was going to
So I
tell
have
you,
a lawnmower
that's
that I
kind of
can't
a
do anything
weird,
with.
you kind of picked a weird time to buy a lawnmower with it.
Absolutely. Well, I figured into the season, it was a little bit cheaper because my other one had messed up, but I just wanted something to mulch up like the leaves and stuff for real. It was less about cutting the grass and more about, getting rid of the leaves. But and then it snowed because Ohio. No matter, it had been 70 degrees all week, but, that's fine.
I mean, that's Ohio weather. If you don't like it, just wait 20 minutes. It'd be different.
This is true. This is true.
All right. So yeah, I didn't play a bunch of other stuff. I need to get there's so many games I want to play. Like I want the Chant. I was enjoying that. I need to go back to Gotham Knights. Like so many games I need to play. I'm kind of playing wait and see with Gotham Knights. Like if they're gonna get that patch.
Yeah, I feel it.
Like I need that patch. Give me that patch.
I guarantee they're working on they have to be trying to figure something out with as big of a deal as that was. But yeah, I definitely will come back and revisit that game when they drop that patch because it's good. The story is good. I mean, the combat is good. It's probably the best, Batman combat just because of the way it's set up with the ranged and melee stuff. You can do a lot more, but I don't know. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
No, we're moving on to new releases. What's that? Oh, and I'm also playing a game I can't talk about yet, which is Gungrave Gore.
Is that Game Pass?
Yeah, that one will be on Game Pass. Yes.
Oh, okay. It just doesn't have the pre-install thing. I thought all the stuff that was coming to Game Pass had that, but I guess it's some stuff they do the pre-install thing on.
Yeah, it's just certain games. So I'm playing that. That's out the 22nd. So I don't even know that I'll be able to talk about that one next week. Maybe the week after. Gungrave coming out on Thanksgiving. It's crazy.
It's
all right.
crazy.
What's out this week? We're still kicking along. We got McPixel 3. I don't know what McPixel is, but apparently it's good enough to make 3 of them. So, Farming Simulator 22, Garfield Lasagna Party, Pentiment.
That's the big release for the week.
No shit, right? I play that. Pentiment, which we talked about. Ruby, I think is how you pronounce it, Arrowfell, that RWBY series. Somerville, which I'm really looking forward to. That's the next game from the half of the Inside people. Siberia, The World Before. Call of Duty Warzone 2.0. Finding the Soul Orb. Super Chicken Jumper. Here's the big release for us this week, Ryan, because you know children will be talking about. Goat Simulator 3 is out this week.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I'm sure that'll get a lot of play in my house.
That's on my son's Christmas list. He's like, I've got to have Goat Simulator 3.
Seriously?
Dude, my kid loves Goat Simulator.
Oh, my son too. Yeah, it's huge among the children's.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Kids love those. He's literally been playing it since it came out, the first one. Which
Nice. I've seen trailers, but
if you're confused, this is 3. There was never a 2. That's the joke.
There was no 2.
are you? I did not know that. I thought this was legit the third game. Okay.
No, it's only the second game. So.
That's funny. All right.
My Fantastic Ranch, whatever that is. Star Sand. Grapple Dog. Heidelberg 1693. I'm also playing this game. I'll talk about it next week. It's interesting. Imagine a Konami side-scrolling game with a musket mechanic. That's kind of what this is.
Oh.
And
okay.
then the Dark Pictures anthology, The Devil in Me, is out on Friday. PlayStation 5, pretty much the same stuff, but we're also, the Stroke the Whatever series continues with Stroke the Spider. The Jumping Falafel Turbo. Okay. Horse Tales, Emerald Valley Ranch. Recompile, Limited Edition. Ease 8, Lacrimosa of Donna Deluxe Edition. And Firefighting Simulator The Squad. Squad up! So that's all your Series X, PS5 games. We move over to PlayStation 4, Xbox One. Mostly the same stuff, but we're also getting Bowling Story 6 PAMI version, Project Summer Ice. Art of Rally makes its way to PlayStation. Bravery and Greed, which Terrence talked about before the show. Adventure Academia, The Fractured Continent. Pull up Xbox One, see if anything... Doctor Who, The Edge of Reality plus Lonely Assassins.
Is that all one game?
I think it's 2 games. It's like a package.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the Lonely Assassins came out a little bit ago, and the other one, I reviewed that one. I was about to say that already came out, but yeah, I guess they're bundling it.
As Far as the Eye and Babal the Walking Box. Those are all your Xbox and PlayStation games for the week. Let's flip over to the Switch, where all the quality games are. The Oregon Trail, for those of you who just can't wait. Moving Out, Code in a Box. Overcooked, Code in a Box, which physical releases of codes. Smurf Carts. Sorry.
All sorts of carts.
Yeah, Smurf's Cart. Sorry, it's Smurfs plural, Cart singular. Four Tales, The Bounty Huntress, The Kingdom of Gardenia. Gardenia. Card Fight, Vanguard, Deer Days. Chompy Chomp Chomp Party. Extinction Eclipse. Happy Animals Mini Golf. In Extremis DX. Pixel Game Maker Series Versus. Q Remastered. The Awakening of Mummies. The Closed Circle. The Lost Labyrinth. Wobble Dogs Console Edition. World Class Champion Soccer. Finding Paradise. Oddworld Soulstorm Oddtomized Edition. Resident Evil 3 Cloud. Sifu.
Oddtomized.
Oddtomized. Yeah, we talked about that last week. It's an ironic name because it's also on the Switch, so you know it's not optimized. Sifu Vengeance Edition, Slime's Journey, Succubus with Guns, and finally Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. That's the big release this week. So
That comes out this week?
yep, on Friday.
Wow. Okay. I didn't realize. I thought it was. Thought that was next week. All right.
I don't track Pokemon releases, so it's just as much a shock to me as anybody else.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
man. All right, I've got a few news stories. My favorite news story got debunked. At least they said it got debunked, which was the AEW game coming to Game Pass. Which, if it is, they're gonna say it's not anyway. So we'll see. We'll see. The exclusivity window for Final Fantasy 16 has been announced. It's apparently 6 months, and I just put ... Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say about that because I'm tired of having this conversation. Sony, just buy Square or just make Square exclusive because I'm done having these conversations. If you want to play Final Fantasy, buy a PlayStation. Speaking of that kind of shit, Activision thing is going to phase 2. They say by March 2023 is when we'll know.
Thank God.
Yeah, no shit, right? I wish it was now. Just
Yep. I'm over it. Like, either buy them or don't. Say, like the Square thing, man. Just buy them or don't. Like, let them buy them or don't let them. Like, I don't care. Like, clearly Sony is. I'm just tired of hearing about it. I'm just tired of hearing about it.
I'm 100% tired of hearing about it. Like, let's move on. Who cares?
Yeah.
Especially if like Call of Duty doesn't go into Game Pass, like what is even the purpose of Microsoft buying Activision? Because like you're supposed to be bolstering your Game Pass options. Like what the fuck else does Activision make?
Honestly, I think a big portion, and they may have said this, a big portion of that deal is for them to get King, the mobile studio, like the mobile game maker, the ones that do Candy Crush and that stuff, because Microsoft doesn't really have a foothold in there. And I know we clown the mobile games, but a lot of them games make a lot more money than we think, and those bigger companies want into that game. So Call of Duty, yes, is going to be nice, and I think honestly keeping it out of Game Pass and on everybody's consoles, PlayStation, whatever else, makes more business sense. But I mean, it's like they lobbying so hard for Call of Duty. It's like when the next thing comes, obviously y'all aren't going to get it. Because, we're going to be like, well, you wanted that, right? You wanted Call of Duty. We'll let you have that. So I don't know. I just want them to be done. Just let them buy them or don't. Jesus.
The only thing that I look forward to if Microsoft buys Activision is maybe a perk in Game Pass Ultimate will be a free Overwatch Battle Pass. That'd be cool.
You know what? That probably will be a perk, honestly. It
That's what I'm
probably
saying.
will.
That's the only thing I care about. Like, if you put Call of Duty in Game Pass, cool, I'll play it. But I'm not, like, super excited about, like, all the Crash and Spyro games. I already own those, so, like, you're not giving me anything there. Like,
Yeah,
I don't give a
there's
shit.
nothing...
I don't give a shit about
I feel
mobile, so,
Right.
I ain't gonna play WoW, so...
See, I would. If they bring it to console, I would play. I would go back to World of Warcraft. But and then, again... Even if Microsoft doesn't buy them, it's not going to, stop anything. But I would like to see some more StarCraft stuff. And Phil Spencer had my attention because he mentioned, something about that. Like, oh, we want to go back to look at these RTSs and like StarCraft and whatever else. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, let's do that.
Phil, if you want to impress
StarCraft.
me, release StarCraft Ghost.
Right. Release StarCraft Ghost. Like that right there. Man, put that on Game Pass. Oh, my
Y'all
God.
have built that up, and that game's going to be terrible.
StarCraft Ghost?
Probably.
I have no doubt it's unfinished. So
Yeah.
I have no doubt it's
definitely.
terrible. But you know what, Ryan? I just want to play it. Like, my claim to fame is that I played the Castlevania Dreamcast game that never came out.
Yeah.
So, and it wasn't great, but that's because it wasn't done. But I played it. I played Thrill Kill. I want to play... StarCraft Ghost is like one of those unicorns, man. if you remember back in that era, there was Castlevania Dreamcast, there was Thrill Kill because it never came out, and StarCraft Ghost. And like, we never got to play StarCraft Ghost. I never was at an E3 where that game was shown, so I never got to play it. I just want to play it.
There was another one for me that was a Blizzard one that was it was a Warcraft adventure game. It was supposed to be a backstory about like Thrall, which it was like voiced and it was hand drawn. Okay, good. Somebody else has heard of it.
Yep,
it was
I remember it.
but it was like basically done, but it was like StarCraft Ghost. It just got canceled for some reason. It never got released. So they took a lot of the story and stuff and put it in I think Warcraft 3 and then World of Warcraft. But yeah, that was one of my unicorns. But yeah, I would love for them to release StarCraft Ghost. Like, just remake it. Like, shoot. I mean, man, that'd be awesome.
I like Terrence would play WoW if it came to console and was included in my Game Pass subscription, but only just to kind of see and experience it again. I don't think I would get back into it like hardcore.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's it. It wouldn't be because, man, yeah, I wouldn't be trying to. There's no way. There's no way. But yeah, just to get in there and fool around, for sure. That'd be fun.
You know what I would love to play? Just out of pure curiosity. I want to play Project Titan.
Oh,
when was it
okay.
again? I always forget the code names.
Project Titan was Overwatch.
Yeah.
When it was an MMO.
That's right.
Yep. Just for pure curiosity's sake, I want to play that. I want to know what that was. All right. More Activision news. Modern Warfare 2. So the story is like Call of Duty's taking a year off next year. Like, they're not making a new game. But Jason Schreier is reporting that instead they're going to be releasing premium content for Modern Warfare 2 with single and multiplayer content, and it obviously will be paid. So that's kind of like their Call of Duty for 2023. Will be expanding Modern Warfare 2.
Cool.
So,
I mean, that sounds great.
Battlefield 2042 is finally coming to Game Pass and EA Play. Does this even move the needle, like, at all?
Does anybody care about Battlefield anymore?
No.
No.
I bought it and because I read that it was coming to Game Pass and I was like, damn it, that's another one that I could have saved my little bit of money and I could have just waited to experience because
that thing was $70.
I didn't spend 70. It was one of the whatever it was on sale for either the holidays or something. Like, I ended up picking it up, but yeah, no, I don't think it's gonna. I think it'll experience a big boom because I think everybody, especially when they roll out this new UI, but everybody goes to Game Pass and be like, oh, what's new, right? And you're like, oh, let me try Battlefield. Okay, it's free. Let me play this, and they'll play it for a little bit, and then they're gonna drop off. Like that, I think that's all they're going to see. I don't think it's going to say it's not good. It's not good.
It's depressingly bad, really.
Yeah, it really is because I am I like Battlefield way more than Call of Duty and them other shooters. I love the Battlefield franchise, and it pains me that I don't even have 2142 installed. Like, I don't even care. Like, it's just not good.
I hear no one ever talking about Battlefield. Like,
nope.
I know people who really only play Call of Duty. Like, that's the only video game that they play. But I never hear anybody talking about the Battlefield.
Nope.
No.
It's at the point now where it almost feels like EA should just kind of let it go because it can't be doing that well.
Right.
Yep. I think they should. I honestly, maybe they're I don't know what they're having DICE do right now, but maybe they're reevaluating that to they probably should just let it go. Like, just like Medal of Honor, because they gave up with that once they realized they couldn't touch Call of Duty.
Yep.
But yeah,
I think I heard that they put Zampella in charge of Battlefield, so maybe they're hoping he'll turn it around.
Huh. Okay.
Maybe.
Well. Okay.
Speaking of EA. They've also killed 2 racing franchises. So you remember they bought Codemasters.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They're killing Dirt, and they're also killing Project Cars.
Oh man, I didn't even know Project Cars was still alive.
The third
Neither
one
did
came
I.
out, what was that, like in 2020, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, they made 3 of those, and they were
Wow.
fine. I mean,
Are they
Yeah, but
called
Dirt
like
is-
Project Cars 2, and Project Cars 3?
yeah, that's what they're called.
Because I had no idea that there was anything more than the first one.
Nope, there were 3 total.
Wow.
Yeah,
Shows you how much I know.
yeah. I mean, most people didn't play the third one anyway, so yeah. Control 2 was officially confirmed. It's coming to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC, and that is it. Those are your systems.
Nice. I need to finish
I think
the first one.
I think I've relegated myself to the fact that Control is just going to be one of those games that everybody else loves that I don't really care about.
Oh, man, that game is so good.
Yeah,
Did you not
everybody
like
tells
it?
me that. Not really. Like I probably put 5 hours into it and then quit to play something else, and I've never had any desire to go back to it.
Oh, that hurts my soul.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's just
Wow.
that's one of those ones that for some reason everybody else has found a way to like, and I'm just the odd person out here. It's just not super appealing to me. I may try to give it another shot at some point, but there are plenty of games in my backlog that I think about going back and playing, and that's just not ever one of them.
Well, hey,
You know, I'm decently into it, and I don't love it, but I guess maybe I kind of feel like you, because my initial draw to Control was just like I was heard about it and saw the stuff and I was like, oh, this looks cool because it's coming from Remedy. I love Alan Wake, but then when they started to drop the stuff about Alan Wake, that this game actually involves him in that world and game and stuff, and I was like, oh shoot. So it was more that Control was just my kind of conduit to get more Alan Wake stuff, so I had to play it to get to that, if that makes sense. But the more I played Control, the more I'm like, this actually isn't bad. Like, I'm to the point now where I can fly and stuff like that and do a lot of this kind of crazy stuff, and like, this isn't bad, and the shooting is actually probably the best that Remedy has done. So as far as Control wise, pun not intended or intended, but anyway, but yeah, so I'm more just want to finish it to get to the Alan Wake stuff. Like, it's cool, like I'm enjoying Control, but I more want to get to the Alan Wake DLC and stuff that'll tie into Alan Wake 2 that comes out next year, because that's probably my most anticipated game for next year.
Yeah,
But that's a different show.
Maybe that's one of the things that keeps me from getting into it, is I have not played Alan Wake, and it is not something that draws me in either.
That's weird because like I like Alan Wake. I think it's fine, but I'm not the biggest fan. I love Control. I couldn't care less about the Alan Wake ties. That's weird.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, Control has a lot of, because they're doing their own like universe now, right? It's Control, Alan Wake, and what's the other one? Quantum
Break, the game everybody forgot about.
Yeah, is that a part of it? Is that in there?
I think so. Maybe.
Okay. I liked Quantum Break. That game was actually really good, but
No, I like Quantum Break.
but yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, but yeah, everybody has forgot about it. But yeah, I'm intrigued by that stuff. Like I said, Control is cool, but it's really the Alan Wake stuff that I'm like anytime I pick up lore that talks about Cauldron Lake or something like that, I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta read this. Like, I stop and read it. Everything else, I'm like, I'll get to it at some point.
Yeah,
Alright.
I mean, I liked the first 2 Max Payne games, but I just don't. I guess I don't really have that kind of draw towards Remedy.
No, I mean, that's
got you.
fair.
Yeah, I did totally.
All right. I'm gonna say 2 companies, and if you know what they did, you're pretty cool. Krafton has purchased Neon Giant.
Don't know what any of that means.
All right, now I'll tell you what that means, and you'll be like, "Oh, okay." So Krafton is the company that owns PUBG.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I knew I've read that before. Okay, go
Neon
ahead.
Giant is the company that made The Ascent.
What's
I
the
did not
Ascent?
know that.
That was the top-down, like
Cyberpunk one,
kind of game.
like on Xbox last year, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
The The PUBG
Huh.
people bought the Ascent people. There you go.
All right.
Google Stadia refunds are starting to go out this week, so if you bought any games or hardware, you should be getting your refunds over the next couple months. Give me that money, Google.
So how does that work? Because it was a subscription service, wasn't it?
You don't get your
do
subscription
they-
service back. You get if you purchase any games, you get those refunded, and if you bought like a controller or a Chromecast, you get the money for that back.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, honestly. I mean, yeah, because if the subscription service passed, you use that time. So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right.
Netflix and Microsoft announced this week a Gears of War live-action movie as well as an animated series, both coming to Netflix.
I saw this, and I saw that Batista is already reposting his video of him in the armor and stuff like that. And honestly,
Just
give the man the
Just
role,
do it.
right? Like, just give the man the role. Like, he at home right now building a whole fucking Lancer. Like, just give this man the role.
So let him have it.
Who else got a neck that thick? Come on now. Like,
John Cena does.
yeah. You know, I saw some crazy cast. They had fucking Dwayne Johnson playing Dom. And I'm like,
Yeah.
first of all, Dwayne is not Latino, first of all. Don't why? Like, just because he's big don't mean we gotta put him in every role that needs a big person. Like,
We need a
Anyway,
big person.
that's-
Who we go call? Dwayne.
Dwayne, right. Get Dwayne's phone. That's a big motherfucker. Call him. We know him. And then they had Ted Cruz playing Coltrane, but I swear I can never think of this actor's name. But the voice actor that plays Coltrane, he's an actor, right? Like, he's been in stuff.
Yeah, if you're talking about the same like fantasy casting thing that I saw, it was Batista, The Rock, Terry Crews, and John Cena
Yep,
for the
that
four
was
main characters.
That's what I saw
Which
because he was bared.
Just feels like somebody who's only ever watched wressling casting.
Also,
movie.
somebody who doesn't understand budgets.
Right.
at all. Like, man, like, you guys don't know how the business works. Like, they
No.
can't put all those people in that. Somebody's gonna not get paid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Lord,
The Expendables has only happened 3 times, and y'all can't afford them all.
right? Exactly. But no, I'm intrigued by this. I kind of hope, and people will hate me for saying this. This is actually need to go back to finish this. I haven't finished the Halo series, but I like how it's not a shot-by-shot stuff of the game. Like, it's different. It's kind of its own thing. And honestly, I would like if one of these iterations of this Gears of War stuff is that, if they're going to retread what we've already seen. Unless they're going to show us something that we haven't. So maybe the first war with the Locust that started...
Wasn't that
Judgment Day? Judgment
Ascension?
Night? Not Judgment Day.
not Ascension? What was it called? The People Can Fly Gears game.
Yeah, it went Judgment or something like that.
Judgment.
The one that
That's
Baird
what
was
it
the star.
Ascension was the
Ascension
God of
is
War one.
God of War. Yeah.
That's God of War. I didn't play that one either. I didn't play Ascension. I did
God of
play
War,
the-
Ascension, and Gears of War Judgment were like the games Sony and Microsoft made at the end of that generation because it went on way too fucking long.
Yeah, yep. I remember.
Oh,
But yeah, it was. I think it was during. It wasn't during obviously the first Gears of War game stuff when the Locust reemerged. I think it was during their first attack or whatever. But I mean, just don't rehash the games is all I'm looking for. Like, I mean, there's so much story and stuff to pull from there. Like, you can take these characters and tell us something different in their lives than what we've already played. But that's just me, and I know a lot of people feel differently and they want the shot by shot stuff. But
all right. My last news story. Well, I have one more news story after this, but it's just more of a.
why you say it like that? You was like, all right, this motherfucker, like, and it just moved on. Like, dang, now
No,
my
I'm sorry.
feelings are hurt,
You
sir.
have more to say. I gotta try to move things along so you don't.
I know. You're fine. You're good. Go ahead. I'm just giving you shit. Go
I'm
ahead.
just gonna next time from now on. Whenever I need to move, I'm gonna. All right, better shut the fuck up. We're gonna move on.
You should do that. I'm like, oh, okay, that's my cue.
Let's talk about PlayStation PP.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, okay. So they announced the games coming. Again, I want to reiterate before people send me nasty emails and you fucking Xbox fanboy. Extra is awesome. Extra is a great service.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Extra. In Extra this month, you get Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, which is crazy because, like, isn't part of the lawsuit that Microsoft doesn't put their games on other services? Oh, wait a minute. Skyrim.
Yeah.
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5 Remix, and Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Chapter Final Prologue, whatever the fuck, and Kingdom Hearts 3, Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, Oddworld, Soulstorm, Tom Clancy's The Division 2, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Chorus, which is awesome, What Remains of Edith Finch, also awesome, and The Gardens Between, as well as Earth Defense Force, World Brothers, Earth Defense Force, Iron Rain, and Oni Chanbara Origin. Those are all coming to Extra.
I actually will play a couple of those. I actually have my PP has been getting some play. Like, wow, God dang it! Well, it's out there now. Damn it! All right. Anyways, Jesus. Anyway, so yeah. So I mean, I've been using the service. And a couple of those games actually sound interesting, like the Kingdom Hearts one. Kingdom Hearts naming stuff. Jesus needs help. But a couple of those games actually I want to check out. Like I got to play Dragon Quest Heroes, which is good. And it's funny, the Dragon Quest games, and Ryan, you can answer this. Like they don't change their like sound effects and stuff, do they? They've had the same stuff since the Nintendo days. I feel like. Because like every iteration I've played, like when you level up or kill stuff, and it's always the same like battle music and everything.
It's very much like Zelda in the sense that there are some iconic sounds and stuff that carry over throughout the series.
Okay, yeah. Because I was playing one of the mobile games and like it was doing. I was like, they must have just had this back in the day on the NES because I never played the original ones, but. Yeah.
It's
okay.
Like,
go ahead.
I mean, it's a little bit like Zelda or Final Fantasy or whatever, where there's certain sounds that are just considered iconic. So
gotcha.
They use that actually pretty well, even in the first several games on the NES. So, spoiler alert, but the map of I think it's 3. Now I'm going to get myself confused. One of the two, either 2 or 3. The map is different, but then it contains the original Dragon Quest map within it. And the music is different throughout the game, but when you go back to the original Dragon Quest map, it plays the old music, kind of as a nod to the original game. I think it's 2, actually, now that I'm thinking of it. Somebody will correct me. But yeah, so they like to use like the iconic sounds and music especially from the first game.
Gotcha. Okay. Huh.
Perfect. All right, so that's Extra. Extra, awesome service. If you subscribe to it, you're getting some kick-ass games every month. But let's talk about premium. Remember when Sony was like, we're going to put some classics on here, man. You can get to play your PS1 and your PS2 games. Yeah. We have 11 PS1 games. We've had no PS2 games added, period. They're all PS2 on PS4 games that were there initially. And now, this month, we get a bunch of Ratchet & Clank games. We get Ratchet & Clank 2 Going Commando, Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal, Ratchet & Clank Deadlocked, and Ratchet & Clank Future Tools of Destruction. All great games that were on PlayStation Now that they removed just to re-add 3 months later. And that's it. How are they this bad at putting PS1 games on this service? Like, that is minimal effort.
Right. Like, was it so hard just to flip everything that was in Now, put it on this however it's broken down, but then have like a stream of PS1 games or whatever to drop on here every month. Like, I don't understand. Like, they took away stuff because they did this for the Sly games too, right? Then they go
Yes.
away only to come back.
Oh, they were
Yeah.
100% there because I was playing them, and then when the service switched over, I lost access to them only for them to re-add them 2 months later and make a big deal about it.
It's so messed up, man. I don't. Whatever.
If I did not have premium paid up through whatever, I would be canceling this motherfucker immediately. Like, this is this is worse than Nintendo handles their retro catalog. Like, and that takes effort.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not what I envisioned when that's not, like, I already went on there because you can't, which I guess that makes sense. You can't, like, downgrade. Like, I can't switch mid, whatever, but, like, I changed it from when it renews to just hit me with the extra. Like, I'm cool. I don't need the PP.
No,
Like,
this is, I mean,
man.
how are we this far into it? And, we got, I think when it launched with like 10 or something. Like, they had, was it Resident Evil Director's Cut and Siphon Filter and like Ape
Yeah.
Escape, and like they had a decent look. Like, it was disappointing, but at the same time you're like, all right, well, this is just month one. It's actually gotten
like a
worse.
start. Yep.
Like,
Since that start. Yeah.
significantly worse since they launched it, and I'm just like, how? Like, at minimum, you should be at least putting your first party stuff on here. Like, how? How are you this bad at this?
Yep. I mean, I'm over here. I don't understand.
Like,
I
how
don't
are
know.
the Twisted Metal games not on here? How are, the like Blasto? Maybe there's a license with Phil Hartman's voice. I don't know, but like, how do you not even match the abysmal PlayStation Classic at this point? Like, that thing has
Right.
more games than PlayStation Premium.
Legend of Dragoon. That's not on. Is that no, not Legend of Dragoon.
Legend of
Those
Dragoon was
Legend-
the
they had
first
a
party RPG. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, okay. I couldn't remember what that. Yeah, that was good. Like, I remember that game was. But like, I would replay that. That's
Dude,
not on there.
hold
Like, I
on.
don't understand why the first party stuff isn't there.
Hold on, I gotta bring this up. I know there's a number. I'm doing Captain Google here.
Mm-mm-mm.
There are. Oh, goddamn it! Why didn't I just search that? All right, how many PS1 games were released in North America? That's not right. 265. That's wrong. 1,300.
Yeah, there's no way.
1,300. 1,300 games, and you can't get more than 15 on this service?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
I don't-
It makes no sense.
And you haven't even done a PS2 game. Like, it was all those ones that they built, the PS2 to PS4. Like, that's all they put on there. I don't understand how Sony is this bad at it. At this point, it's just a troll. It's just them being like, we don't care.
Well, what tier gets you the game trials? Is that the
That's premium.
premium?
Premium gets you game
Okay,
trials.
because even that sucks.
Yeah, and also on that tier, like, they're separating games. So, like, if you remember when they did Yakuza a few months ago, only certain Yakuza games were in extra.
Yeah.
The
I remember
classic
that,
one
yep.
remakes were in premium.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand why they're so bad at this. Because, yeah, I was looking at because I have the premium. I was like, oh, man, they probably got a trial for God of War. Because, again, I was like, I should try it.
No.
Like, oh, I'll just get a fix.
No.
I'll just do a trial. No, it's not on there. I was like, but it's a first party. You would think that would be a part of the trial. Like, how are y'all this bad with y'all's service? Like, what the heck?
It's impressive that they're actually worse at this than Nintendo, as far as the classics go. Because it's,
I got you.
yeah, like, their extra and their PlayStation Plus, like, their PlayStation Plus monthly is killing it. Like, those games are great.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Neo 2, which I would have never bought, but I did get to play. You know what? I didn't say that. I played Neo 2 because of this. And that actually is, I like that. I will probably finish that game, even though it's Soulsborne, but the combat is like fluid enough, and I like swords and
No,
stuff
Neo,
anyway. So, but yeah,
Neo are great games. They just kick my ass and I get mad at them, so I don't play them.
oh, that's going to happen. I'm sure that it hasn't happened yet, but it's going to happen. I'm absolutely sure.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I just don't know how they're this bad at their classic catalog. Like, you are just terrible at this, and
Yeah,
I don't know, man. It's disappointing
especially
because
when theirs is so deep.
Well,
Like,
that's the
they
thing.
got
It's like
so many.
PlayStation was released at, like, you know how they say you have that time in your life where something hits you super hard, and it's usually like between the ages of like 13 and 15 or whatever. Like, that was PlayStation for me. I was 15 years old when that thing came out, the original. Like, man, I have so many great memories of like playing Toshinden and ESPN games and fucking Philosoma, Destruction Derby, Twisted Metal. Like, God, that launch lineup was so good. I don't know, man. At least Jumping Flash is on there, I guess.
You get one.
I get
That's what
one.
that is, at least.
Oh, it hurts my soul, Sony. You hurt my soul. Anyway, the only other news story I have is unfortunately sad news. Kevin Conroy passed, the voice of Batman. He is Batman.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, that hurt. Oh man, yeah, he is. Anytime somebody asks who my favorite Batman is, Kevin Conroy.
Yeah,
He ain't never played, but no, he's Batman, dude. He's Batman.
Yeah.
Anytime I read a Batman comic, I hear Kevin Conroy's voice in my head. Like that's how
100%.
I read the lines.
Yeah.
Like, man.
He played in in
man.
pretty much every great Batman video game. Like, he was the voice. He was
Yep.
in Injustice. He was in the Arkham games. It's just
Yep, man, that's it's so sad.
Well, 3 of the Arkham games.
yeah, I know.
Oh,
It was
that's right.
Roger
Yeah,
Craig
he wasn't
Smith
in Origins.
Was in Origins, but he also was in Multiverses. He did the voice of Batman in Multiverses.
Yeah, and I mean, he may be, he might be in something coming up. We don't know. Maybe he recorded something for Suicide Squad. If Batman's even in that, we don't know. But yeah, but that's, man, so sad. Like, because I swear every time they announce a Batman project that's like animated and stuff, like I immediately like, who's playing Batman? And if it's not him, I'm like, I ain't gonna see it till it's free. Like, I don't even, and there's been some people that have done a decent job, but man, Kevin Conroy, like, that dude, he is Batman.
Yep. It was a sad story.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all the news I got. I got a couple of tweets here. We did get another entry into the Eternal Cylinder, which, by the way, I'm still running that. Like, I am shocked I didn't get more people interested in a free game. Like, that game is awesome, and if you're listening to this, you should tweet at us about the Eternal Cylinder, and you're probably just going to win. So, like, that's kind of like my push for it. Like, I got 6 codes.
The odds are good.
Yeah.
Just enter. You're gonna get a code for a free game.
And that game is
put it on
awesome.
the backlog, or try it for a minute, put the Ragnarok down, get a palate cleanser, enjoy that, and then hop on back. I mean, come on, it's a free game.
All right. Perfitty wants to know who is paying $8 a month for that blue check mark.
Not me, Lord.
Get out of my face.
You don't want a check mark? You don't want to be cool?
I do not.
All right.
Didn't he cancel it? at this
Yeah,
point?
they turned
Didn't
it off.
And then he brought it back.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't know he
No,
brought it back.
sorry, It's
Okay.
not brought back yet. It's not brought back yet. I'm sorry. He said he's bringing it back sometime in the next several weeks.
It's crazy.
Gotcha. They had to retool it.
I signed up for Mastodon because, like, just in case everybody leaves, I want to be able to go follow people somewhere. Like, I probably won't post there. Like,
Yep.
I don't even know how that shit works, dude.
Yeah, I haven't even tried Mastodon yet. You'll have to tell me
haven't
what
either.
server you're on, Ken.
Dude, I don't even know. I signed up for the first one that showed up, which was called Ohai, like OHAI, and like
Oh, okay.
so the first thing you do when you get on social media, I went and followed Wario, right? And I followed him, and then I went to my home screen, and I have no posts, like it's just blank. And I go to look. Apparently, he has to approve me following him.
Oh.
And
Interesting.
I'm like, if that's the way this is going to be, oh hell no! Like, because nobody's going to let everybody follow them.
Right.
It feels broken because like I was reading through it as I was signing up for it. They're like, you can't always like read posts from other servers. I'm like, why do you have? This is not IRC chat. Why do we have multiple servers for a social media platform?
We'll bring back ICQ.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, all right. He also says, "What's up, fellas? Anthony, Anthony's not here, so he'll have to hear this. I totally agree with you about Twitter and how unfair its rules are. I had one account suspended because someone reported that I was being racist, which I wasn't. A dude called me the N-word, and I quoted what he said back to him, and my account got suspended."
Dang.
That's
okay,
messed
that
up.
is messed up.
Yeah, it
That's
is
super messed up. Dang.
I got warned the other day. Somebody tweeted at me because I was joking on Twitter about Silent Hill and how Konami was like, this game is only possible because of the PS5's hard drive. And I was like, sure, just like Godfall was. And somebody replied and said, I didn't know you were a developer. I was just replied with, fuck off. And Twitter was like, most people don't reply this way. I was like, have you been on Twitter?
Right. Actually, I said something. I was sending something to one of the congressmen, probably Ted Cruz, I think, had tweeted something stupid, and I tweeted something in it. I hit, send, and it came back, and it was like, most people don't like if you tweet this. And I was like, I don't give a fuck if he likes it. Like, what the heck? Like, yeah.
Most
What makes
people,
you think
Twitter
that was
looking
a-
out for him.
Yeah, what makes you think that was a goal?
yeah, like,
Right.
do you
Like,
do this? Do you put this message up every time Ted Cruz tweets something? Because I'm gonna tell you, most people don't like the way he tweets either.
Exactly. Like, he's getting hit every time. Most people don't like when you say this kind of stuff. Oh, man.
These people, man. I don't know. It's funny. And then Shogun says Gears of War movie on Netflix might be just what we need. Maybe.
Yeah.
Netflix, I'll give Netflix one thing. They're usually pretty good about their video game stuff. It's usually been pretty good.
Yeah. I was, cause I feeling under the weather. Like, I was going through Netflix yesterday. They have so much original content. Like, I don't think I even realized how much they have. And then stuff from different countries. A lot of it I don't care about, but, a lot of it is actually pretty good. So I don't know. I think the Gears of War thing is probably in good hands. And there's an anime too. I'm more interested to know what studio they're going to have do the animation. But yeah.
Yeah, I will definitely, like, I'm interested enough in Gears of War that I would totally watch some Gears of War shit on Netflix.
For sure.
Yeah. That's pretty much all the tweets and the news and everything I have. I know we figured it would be a short show, but it is a short show. I also do, one last thing is, I got a new TV this week because Best Buy finally was just like, fuck it, we'll just give you a new TV. And I gotta say that not having the anxiety of burning in an OLED anymore, it helps my brain. Like
That's good.
You got a
you've
QLED,
messed me
right?
up.
Yeah, I got a Samsung Q90B.
Yeah, we looked at one. We saw one of those yesterday, and the picture looks awesome.
Oh yeah, I absolutely love it. Like, it's so much brighter and more colorful than an OLED, which it was one of the things I did not like about an OLED was that it's not very bright. And now, like when I get it, like a lot of times when I was playing games or doing something, when I got up to leave the room, I would always turn my OLED off because I'm like, I don't want this to burn in. And now, like, I don't even have to worry about it. Like, it's LCD, so fuck it. Like, my anxiety is so much lower, and I boxed up the OLED and stuck it in the, because they let me keep it. So I boxed it up in the box and threw it in the garage. I'm like, fuck, if I ever need a TV somewhere, I got one. It's got a little burn-in in it. So
Yeah. That's awesome.
yep, I'm happy with that. And God, man, that game bar that it's got, like, it's built for Xbox. Like, it might as well be branded Xbox. When I plugged my Xbox in, it put like a little Xbox Series logo on the main screen.
Yeah.
And it came with a controller. Like, it gave me a free Series X controller when I bought it. I'm just like, hell
It's
yeah.
the Samsung one. So you got the
I got
app,
the
the Game
cloud.
Pass app
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, I got that right on the TV.
Did you try it?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I don't have it hardwired because I'm not
Okay.
running a wire to my fucking TV because I don't need it.
Yeah, mine's not hardwired. It's just wireless to the
Yeah.
TV. That's a lot.
I hardwire everything. My Apple TV, my Switch, like all that stuff's hardwired, but I'm not hardwiring my TV because I don't use the apps built into it because they suck. Which
Yeah.
is why I have
use
an
the
Apple TV. Yeah, I use an Apple TV, so I have that hardwired. So I'm not going to hardwire. And to be fair, I don't play cloud gaming that much. Like if I have the option, I'm just going to play it locally. But it's
Right,
cool.
yeah.
It's cool that it's there. It recognized the PS5, but it did not recognize the Switch when I plugged it in. It's like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, it's Nintendo.
Nice.
And it does, yeah, and it does have 4 2.1 HDMI ports, so everything can be running at that buttery smooth 120 frames a second. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I've done
Okay.
Xbox Cloud Gaming on my phone, and it actually works much better than I expected to, even on phone like 5G, not Wi-Fi.
Yeah, no, it
Oh,
works
wow.
well. It does work well.
Yeah, I've got a backbone
I haven't
controller,
tried
and
it on that. Okay.
I played I played Chivalry from my phone's 5G from my car at work. So, like, yeah, it
That actually is
works
impressive.
much better than I
You played
expected.
a multiplayer game
Yeah.
on the 5G, and it like I mean obviously the graphics was downgraded a bit, but like you felt like your movements and stuff was cool, like it
Yeah,
wasn't lagging or anything like that.
I didn't notice any degradation in performance other than the fact that it's very hard to see because
Yeah,
I'm used to playing that game on a 65-inch television. So
Yeah, I feel it. That's impressive. Okay, because I definitely haven't tried it on 5G, but okay.
I should
Good
hook
for
it
them.
up. I should definitely hook it up. I should hook up the controller and see how it plays. Not that I'll use it
You
very
should.
often, but just to say fuck it, I tried it. Because literally I have that controller in a box because I've got... Hold on, let me do a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 Xbox controllers, Series X controllers. I don't
That
know.
is way too many controllers.
Well, see what it is. I have the Elite, so I had that. I got one with my Series X. We have a Series S, so I have that one. I bought the Sonic Blue one. I got a free one with the TV. I don't know where the other two came from.
Nah, I got you.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I have the 20th anniversary. I bought that one because that was something I wanted. So
You know, I'm talking, but I think I have like 5 maybe because the 2 I have that I bought the Captain America one, the Sam Wilson Captain America one that Razer made, and I bought the 20th anniversary one too. I have that one, and then I have an Elite, and then I also have 5 because I have the one from my Series X and then the one from the Series S. So yeah.
yeah, I have a lot of controllers. I'm not gonna lie. I have 2 DualSense. I have 2.
I only have one PlayStation controller.
I got 2 DualSense. Oh, I'm sorry, Series X controllers. I also have that one I gave you, and I have 2 more of those. So I have 9,
Oh,
I
dang.
guess, Series controllers.
Jesus, man. Got all the controllers.
I've got 2 Switch Pro controllers, and I've got 1 third-party Zelda controller that a company sent me. So I have 3 Switch controllers. Yeah, I have a lot of controllers.
I don't have near that many. I've got 2 Xbox One controllers upstairs. 2 of the newer controllers that my son uses on Xbox One, but can also be used on Series X. One of them is a custom job that we got for my son last year for Christmas.
Nice.
And I have one Series X controller, 1 PlayStation 5 controller. I've got 2 Pro controllers. I've got the Joy-Cons that came with my first Switch, the Joy-Cons that came with my OLED Switch, and then I've got the Mad Catz Mega Man Joy-Cons for my OLED Switch.
Yeah, I mean, we gaming, motherfucker. We got controllers.
Right.
Right.
One of my controllers is specifically attached to my PC. That's my Series X controller. I use that. I have the wireless dongle.
That's the one that you gave me, actually, because that's the one I didn't mention. That it's the one that's attached. It's sitting next to me right now. It's attached to the PC permanently.
I use that for
That's the PC
RetroArch,
controller.
which, by the way, now, if you're running your PC to your TV and like your keyboard's away, like if you press the guide button in Windows now, it brings up that that game bar or whatever. You can actually move that with the controller now, and RetroArch is set into that. So I don't even have to get up, turn RetroArch on my PC, which is nice.
Nice, that is cool.
Yeah, I just press the button. I'm fucking playing PS1 games.
I have a USB NES controller and a USB Super NES controller that I use for playing those games on RetroArch, but I usually use one of my Pro controllers when I'm playing most stuff on there.
If I still had like disposable income, I totally would have bought one of those N64 controllers that you can hook up to the PC to play N64 games.
Oh, I saw those. Yeah.
Because mapping the N64 controller to an Xbox controller fucking sucks.
Yeah, it does. You end up mapping the C buttons to like the stick. It's not fun.
No, especially for games that use them as buttons. Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyway. No, I'm in love with that fucking TV. Like it's so nice to not have to worry about things burning in, and like we were chatting about Discord. Like I'm that guy that like TV people hate because I like my TVs to be vibrant and bright.
Same.
And they're all like, it should be the way the filmmaker intended. I'm like, fuck the filmmaker. I don't give a shit what he wants.
The filmmaker's not watching it with me.
Yeah, fuck
exactly.
him. He wants it to be dark to where like you can only see somebody's like cheek in a scene, and I'm like, nah, fuck that. I wanna see the scene, man.
And then the ones that were like, you have to put it at 50 warm and whatever. And I'm like, no, I actually prefer the cooler color.
Yeah,
actually.
like everybody.
Like it's, yeah.
You ever see people get mad? They're like, you've got it on vivid and cool. Yep. Like, yeah, fuck you. This is what I like.
Right.
Like you're thumbing your nose up at me because I put it on cool temperature. Like, fuck off. I like the way it looks.
Yep, I am the same way. Oh, man.
I just don't understand these people. Like, I've actually done those, what do you call them, like those professional calibrations, and then like I'll look at my screen watching TV or something, I'm like, this looks like shit.
I did. Yeah. Yep, that's when I bought my OLED. I did that. I looked up one of the dudes on YouTube who's one of the top guys. One of my dudes told me about him, and I set my television to watch, whatever. I'm like, okay, we can put on a movie, and I'm like, bruh, this fucking sucks. Like, what? When it changed everything. Like, oh, yeah, I can't. I don't know.
I don't understand.
The filmmaker's not with me. Like, we're cool. Like, he's good. He don't need to know I didn't watch it how he intended. Shoot.
I thought you were going to say something, Wombat.
No, I was not.
Oh, okay. But no, that's literally all I've got for this week. I can run through the stuff. So, if you want to follow us on Twitter, it's at N4G Podcast. If you want to send us an email, podcast@ztgd.com. I guess I'll check that box one last time before we get out of here. Nope, still nothing this week. If you want to follow us, I'm at ZTGD on Twitter. We'll see how long that lasts if Twitter burns down. Terrence is at Lord Magnus. Ryan's at Wombat RP. You can also follow the site at ZTGD Content. Phoenix Down, last episode of Yakuza 6. I don't remember what their next game is. I already forgot. So, no, that's what happens when Drew ain't here. I don't remember what his next game is. That's all I got for today. If nobody has anything else, we'll get out of here. Peace, bitch.
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.
Epic fail. Welcome to the N4G Podcast. Zero tolerance.
This is going to be a very interesting episode.
Gather time.
Greetings, programs. I got lost trying to find my way to the secret underground N4G Radio lair.
The Wombat.
I've always lived being angry.
Killer Wolverine. Play games, not consoles. No fanboys allowed.
And then I killed the dragon. 8.0.
Killed the dragon.